But anyway, so I realized that, and I confronted her. And she told me, no, that's them. I said, well, where are my Klonopins? And she says, I don't know. I gave them to you, too. And she didn't. And I looked, and I saw my prescription bottle, which was from Publix, because I got them filled from Publix that time. And she didn't know it, but I could see good enough. I could still read my name on the bottle. It had my name on the bottle, but she had dumped out all my pills, and it was sitting beside her bedside table, and put GHB, filled the bottle up with GHB. So when I lifted it up, and I said, this is my pill bottle. Now, a regular pill bottle with a screw cap, not a syrup bottle. She tells me, no, Daddy, that's cough syrup. That's not yours. Looks me straight in the eyes. I done read my name and see that it's from Publix. She insulted my intelligence. It insulted me in the worst way. But to this day, she denies it. And I hope she hears this podcast. Because it broke my heart, When her girlfriend finally took me home, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was so hurt that my own child would do that. I cried for a week. I could not believe. That's one thing. I've done some things in my life. Sold a little weed and stuff. But I never, ever was a thief. I don't steal. My mother raised me better than that. And I damn sure don't steal from my family. So, when she did that to me, man, that was the last thing. I mean, I knew that anybody else, I knew in my heart, because I know my child, that anybody else in the world, including her mother, was fair game when it come to my daughter ripping them off. Because I hate to say this, but she lives in her own world. She is a compulsive liar. And I'm not saying that to dog her. It's just the absolute truth. And she lives in her own world, her own fantasy. And I think that's because her childhood was very, very hard. Her mama took her through a lot of... We were separated, but her mama took her through a lot when she was a kid. And I think that's the way she coped with things. And it just went into her adulthood. And then with her losing her child and all the other stuff that she'd been through, I just think that she lives in her own world. But, and I have been there for her 150 to 200% since she's lost her child. I've tried to help her in any way I can. I've been an advocate for her. And, I did not expect her. I expected her to jack anybody else but me, because I was her daddy. And boy, was I wrong. Well, when I get home, a couple of days go by, and then I get a text on my phone that my MasterCard has been maxed out. Well, I had just paid it in its entirety a couple of days before I left. So, that let me know one thing. I hadn't spent $1 on it. They got my credit card numbers when I put my pants and my wallet in the room. Well, the $250 was missing. And they all looked me in the face and said, oh, you lost it. So they got my $250, they got my Klonopins, they got my Suboxone. And I had no way of getting my medicine. I didn't want to call my doctor and say, hey, my pills got stolen. And by the way, it was my daughter. Because that's a dope fiend move. I mean, how many times do you think they hear that stuff? So I suffered. I got a Suboxone whenever I could from somebody. But that month, I almost died from withdrawals. Granted, I've been on this stuff I've been on opiates for almost 30 years. But I've been on Suboxone. I know 12 years. At least. Or ever how long when it was brand new and it first came out. I was one of the, original. I didn't start with the doctor I'm on now. I started with another doctor. He passed. But I've been on it quite a while. So very, very difficult in me finding a way to cope because I was sick. And granted now, I already have all these other problems. So I just knew that the withdrawals was going to take me out the game, just go ahead and kill me because Hell, I was expected to die anyway when I had it. But fortunately, I've been able to get some more, but it was a month later. And, I just can't believe my own child put me in that position. If anybody can relate to this, or anybody's heard my story, if they have anything to say, you can feel free. I guess you can go ahead and call me now, or you can text me. My phone is on, obviously. And once again, I apologize for it ringing. I hope it wasn't a listener calling, but it was a local number, so I don't expect it to be. But thank y'all very much for listening to this story. I finally made it home, and granted, I was in very much trouble with my wife. So now my daughter can't come over here. I haven't spoken to her. She has threatened me for blaming her for stealing my stuff. Whether or not she stole it or not, which I know she stole my pills. I don't know who got my money, but I know that she's denying it. And regardless of the fact is, she never once stood up in her house and said, hey, my dad's missing this, my dad's missing that. Who got it? Or will you help me look for it? She didn't. She stayed in her room the whole time and would never take me home. I was basically kidnapped, though. This girl got tired of me, I guess, but I was tired of her. I was so tired of being there that I left the stuff that I knew was mine that I could find just to get out of there. And I took what I could take and whatever they didn't steal back from me. But I had to start all over. I don't have any clothes now, down to sweatpants and stuff, but I have to wear them because of my medical situation. I can't wear regular pants because I have 2 really bad hernias, and I can't put on blue jeans because it'll press up against them, and I can't have surgery because they said my liver would fail and I would bleed to death because my platelets are so low. So I was told by the surgeon at UAB that I have to live with it. So I don't know how long that's going to be, but I'm not looking forward to it because it is grotesque and it's nasty looking, and it's just definitely takes away from my bodybuilder figure. Ha ha. Yeah, right. No, but anyway, if anybody wants to talk to me about what they heard, you can contact me on my phone at 205-446-9275. You can text me or call me. My email address is jraysweatman, that's JRAYSWEATMAN at iCloud.com. Please like my story by clicking the star and share it with your friends. My podcast is brand new and I'm just learning, so y'all bear with me. I'm just trying to share my story about my life, which isn't the most glamorous, but I hope that the younger generation will choose not to go the path that I went, because it's not worth it. All drugs and fast money and all that ever did for me was keep me locked up. And in the long run, it killed me. Because I'm still here right now, but I've got what they would call, there's no such thing, I don't think, as stage 1, 2, 3, or 4. But if it was, I would be in stage 4 cirrhosis. And I'm at the very end. And it's from, you can get it from drinking, or you can get it from injecting drugs after someone, or you can get it from using the same hypodermic needle that you used before. You can actually give it to yourself. So I just wanted to make y'all aware of that, so y'all don't make that mistake, because let me tell you something. Hepatitis C is deadly. I have been cured of hepatitis C, but they had a new treatment. It's not as new as it was now. It's called Harvoni. And I was cured with it. But the thing about it is, I think at the time when it was brand new, the prescription was like $400,000. It cost my insurance for a prescription. And I had to take 2 regimens because I had taken the interferon treatments when I was in federal prison back in 97. And they said that I would need to take 2 regimens of 60 pills. So I did, and it cured me. But I still had cirrhosis of the liver. The liver damage was there. So all that did was slow it down. I've got some more medicine coming in. The mail, it should be here in a few days. It's supposed to help me. I hope it does. Y'all pray for me. I would really like a new chance at life. And if God blesses me with another chance at life, I'm going to make sure I do the right thing. Y'all also pray that I'm able to stay clean. I do struggle with substance abuse. And sometimes I do relapse. And I'm not proud of that. And it's just because it's something that I've always been weak to. And it's something that, it's hard for me to even get out of bed if I don't have something. So I have to choose between, do I want to lay here and be bedridden, or do I want to do a little something and it enables me to get up, take a bath, brush my teeth, and move around, maybe go get myself something to eat. Because I have to give my wife a break sometimes. She's constantly waiting on me, and I feel bad about that. But I hope that, y'all listen to my podcast. It's available on Spreaker. Soon it'll be on Apple and a whole bunch of other ones. I don't have the list right here with me, but just look out for Jason Sweatman Spreaker. I'm going to be updating my picture. I got to find some good artwork, and I got to learn these controls a little bit better. But y'all pray for me, and thank you, and God bless.